Bottled water versus tap water. One of the many mysteries of our time. Is it healthier? Does it taste better? Is it just tap water bottled up into beautiful packaging? Is it a scam? Well, I don't think I'm particularly qualified to answer most of the questions surrounding this debate, but I thought I'd chime in on the taste. So in this video, I will be tasting and ranking some of the more popular brands of bottled water on the market, and then I will also be putting them, or maybe myself, I guess, to the test in a semi-blind taste test. I believe I am the perfect candidate for this position because I am a self-described super taster. And I mean, there's really no way for me to prove it to you. I mean, you really do just have to take my word for it. So, you trust me, right? But yeah, I've always seen these kinds of videos and wondered, would I be able to do it? Would I be able to tell the difference between the different brands or whatever, with my superior tasting and smelling abilities? So that's why I decided to do it myself. Also, all the waters are at room temperature because I read that the temperature of water can affect its taste. So room temperature should give us like a pretty good representation. I really dislike room temperature water. I'm very much an ice water kind of person. So I really am finding new ways to torture myself in these videos. And with that, I think we are ready to begin this experiment. So strap in! First, let's get you introduced to all the contenders for today, starting from least to most premium. First up, we've got tap water. My personal favorite. Just good old tap water. I just want to get real for just a quick second. This is a lighthearted video. I'm having fun, but I do acknowledge and I know that I'm very, very fortunate to have access to clean drinking tap water. And I know a lot of people don't have the opportunity. And while we could touch on that and make this a really, really upsetting, depressing, and sad video, I don't want to do that today. I just want to bring some attention to it before we moved on. I just felt it was important to do that, especially because I'm talking so much about tap water and bottled water, and I know some people just don't have any other options. So it's just really upsetting, and I wanted to touch on it before we moved on, but this is a lighthearted video, and I am going to move on eventually, which is now. Next up, we've got Dasani, our first bottled water of the day. Dasani was created by the Coca-Cola company, and I would describe this as, just normal tap water that was given a personality via added minerals. And they claim that it's these minerals that gives the water its consistent, clean, fresh taste. Next up, we've got Smart Water. Another child of the Coca-Cola company, just, more educated. It went to university. And now it's called student debt, and it's using some very interesting marketing to help pay it back. In their marketing, there was a sentence that I read that I really wanted to share with you all, and I quote, they said that their process replicates nature's hydrologic cycle to create water, as pure as the first drop of rain. I mean, I don't think I've ever really stood outside in the rain with my mouth open, staring up at the sky to tell you what the first drop of rain tastes like, but I guess we will just have to take their word for it. I just want to say, one more thing about this water before we move on. They said that they were challenging norms and staying ahead of the curve. I mean, I must be real stupid because I didn't really realize there were norms when it came to drinking water, but I guess y'all must have been drinking some real nasty shit willingly, right? Alright, bottled water number 3 is Eska. This is a Canadian bottled water brand. Eska is sourced from a melted glacier that became an underground river natural spring. The water in this river gets replenished by rain and snow that falls, and it takes about 15 years for it to travel through the glacial sediment, and that creates this filtration process that requires no human intervention. Okay, we're moving up in the world. We've got Evian. It's water from the French Alps. Similarly to Eska, the rain and the snow travels through the Alps, which creates this interesting filtration process. And they claim that it's this process that gives the water its distinctly cool, crisp taste. Okay, for the last two, I'm not really sure what the order should be, but I'm gonna go with this one first. So we've got Voss water. I think the kind of main selling point of this water is that it comes from an artesian aquifer in Norway, although the bottle says differently, so I'm thrown for a loop. But I think that's its main selling feature. And so I think it's interesting to note that many government agencies, such as the USGS, considers that artesian aquifers are basically like any other source of groundwater. And so it's really not that special. Okay, and last but definitely not least, I'd like to present to you Earth's finest water, Fiji water. Sourced from an ancient artesian aquifer in Viti Levu Island, I definitely butchered that and I'm sorry, in Fiji. This water, I think, really just does the most. It passes through volcanic rock, which adds a bunch of tasty minerals. They claim it has 2 times the electrolytes compared to the other top 2 premium bottled water brands. So they also claim it's this unique mineral profile that gives it its soft, smooth taste that reflects the Earth's finest water. With this being our last water, we can get straight into tasting them. So let's get started by tasting all the waters. I'm gonna start with tap water because it's one I've tried before. So cheers. It's warm. has a lot of chlorine. I hate warm water. It has a bad aftertaste. That's what I'm going with, tap water. Okay, Dasani. Cheers. Consistent, clean, fresh. Okay, this one has like a sweet taste when it starts, and then it has like no aftertaste. I hated that. I prefer tap water already to start with, so we'll put tap water first. Nope. Okay, I have to finish it. Shit. Fuck. Okay, we're putting this, you know, near the end. So I would rank this, you know, like an F tier. Like I would never drink this. Okay, here's my thing. I don't know if the water is gonna contaminate, so I have a little tissue to dry the inside with. What's a palate cleanser for water? Did I get like crackers or something? I feel like I'm gonna be sick. Okay, next up we've got Smart Water. I'm gonna pour less. Cheers. Okay, these two, considering they're made by the same company, taste so different to me. I thought they would taste pretty much the same, but like all I taste is plastic. Okay, so for me, I would say really no taste going in, and then it turns kind of sweet and also plasticky. So sweet at the start, sweet at the end. I would put this like slightly above this. I really would rather have neither. Actually, just for comparison, I'm gonna go back to the tap water. This one is so much cleaner. Okay, we're going into Esca Canadian water, sourced in Quebec. I'm like pouring less and less water each time. Okay. To me, this one tastes the most of nothing. Like it has really no aftertaste and really no taste. Probably it's the least amount of minerals, and that's why. I would say this one tastes the most of like just nothing. I would still prefer this over this, but they're pretty close for me. Esca, I would put like A tier. I would put tap water S tier. Evian. Okay. I feel like this has like a slight smell. Cheers. These two taste very similar to me. This tastes of like a slight something. I don't know if it has like a bit more salt. It's slightly sweeter. I would say I like this one more. I'm gonna have to remember this. Okay. Voss water. Oh, I forgot to rank this one. Okay, so for definitely way above these two, but not that close. I mean, maybe we'll put a B. Voss water. Cheers. Nope. Oh, that's so disgusting. Ew. I would put that next to Dasani. I don't think I had as visceral of a reaction when I had Dasani, like compared to this. And I gotta finish it now. Okay. I would say it's very sweet, and it also is very salty, and it's also very bitter. Moving on to the last one, we got Fiji water. Cheers. It's not bad. It's definitely up here. This is a visual representation, I think, of how I feel about these waters. I think I'll remember like these three pretty decently, or at least these two, and tap water. But I think between these three, I might get confused later. That is our tasting complete. Okay, so now that we've really just tasted them all, ranked them, I think we can move on to the blind taste test. So what I'm gonna do is I have these tiny little cups, and at the bottom, there's a little tag. But I wrote on it very, very lightly in pencil so that I can't see it when I'm drinking. But if I flip it over and I glint, I can see it. Like this is an F, which is for Fuji water. And that's kind of how we're gonna do it. So, first one's tap. Let's just lay them out because then they'll naturally get mixed up a bit. I think that's the play. Okay, enough for a taste and a couple retastes. This is V for Voss. So this should be Evian. Closing my eyes is making it worse because I'm like hyper focusing. Ugh. I just mix it for a long time. I actually don't know. Okay, we're mixed up. So here's what we do. I'm gonna order them and then I will drink it and I will put the water I think it is behind it. So let's start with this one. Okay, I know three of them are gonna give me like a very visceral reaction and I'm not gonna be able to, I'm not sure if I'm able to tell which is which, but let's start with this. Okay, initially, like my first instinct is this is smart water. I'm just gonna go off my first instinct and then if I'm not sure, I might taste later. But this is my first instinct. Okay, next one. Cheers. Oh, yeah, okay, that's Voss. That's Voss water. That's this. Third. I want to say Evian, but let's keep going. Okay, maybe that one's Voss. Okay, so I'm not sure between the two of these because they're very similar. We'll come back to that. Okay, the bad ones are out of the way. We only have good ones left, and that's not a guess. That's just there by accident. Huh? Okay, this is Dasani. So I have to retaste that. This is definitely Dasani. So I'm just gonna put this here, and I'm gonna put Fiji here for now. But it might be like these two are switched. Okay, let's cheers. Okay, I think this is tap water. And our last one. It's slightly sweet. Which one did I say was slightly sweet? I'm thinking. Okay, we're gonna go back to this one because this one I'm not sure about anymore. Okay, this is definitely not smart. This is very cleared. It's a very clean taste. So it's either Eska or Fiji. So I'm gonna put Eska here. Let's just double check this. But I had such a like visceral reaction to this. I'm like 99% sure it's Voss. Wait, it's not that bad anymore. I think I tasted like a worse one or something. Oh god. Okay. This is Smart Water. And I have to double check this one. I said this was sweeter, right? I don't remember what I said anymore. Okay, no, I'm sticking to Voss water with this. Saved. So this is Voss. Okay, let me test. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's so disgusting. Okay, whatever these two are, I would not drink these for $1 million, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. That shit is disgusting. This is just sweet. I'm starting to think this is maybe Evian. Okay, this is Fiji. This is Fiji. This is Eska. This is maybe... This is, like, for sure tap water. Like, we're past that. I was gonna say this is Evian because it's very sweet. Okay, so now we're down to 3. I'm like 99% sure about these ones. Okay, let's do a triple check. Taste. Okay, sweet aftertaste, I said was Smart Water. Sweet to start, I said was Dasani, and I said Voss was a more disgusting version of Dasani. That's what I said. Okay, I'm going Voss on this one, and Dasani on this one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move these into the order that I think they are in terms of taste. Like, I'm gonna rank them, and then we're gonna check to see how many I got right. And then we'll see what my final, like, official ranking is, and if it's, like, similar to what I originally said, when I like knew what brands they were, or if my mind changed when I did it without knowing what brand it was. I think the whatever I think this is tastes better, but I don't know what I think it is. I'm starting to doubt myself. Okay, now I'm gonna check what's underneath. We'll start with this one.
Okay, and so as you can see, I guessed tap water right, I guessed Fiji correctly, I guessed Eska correctly as well as Evian, and then I mixed up Dasani and Smart Water, which is kind of weird, and then obviously that just leaves Voss water, which I also got correct.
I got 5 out of 7. Now, out of curiosity, do you guys think I'll be able to taste it if I mix all the waters into here? Cheers. Oh, the Voss comes through so much. Why is it so expensive when it tastes like ass? Well, I think that kind of sums up the video. What did we learn? We learned that the waters all taste very different. We learned that I absolutely despise the taste of Voss and Dasani and Smart Water. Warm, at least, warm. I think if I had all of these cold, they probably would all taste like similar. Also, when you mix them all together, which we did, Voss still, like, it's still there. I think this was like a fun experiment to do. Who knows, maybe we'll do it next time with something else, like different brands of orange juice. That could be fun. Different milk alternatives. I hate milk alternatives. If you're still here after all my rambling, let me know what you thought. I hope you found the video to be interesting. I think I've proved myself. I am a super taster, and I will take a certificate. I will print out a certificate. I deserve an award. Where am I going with this? But yeah, I had a lot of fun making this video. I'm trying out a lot of different genres. And this is like a water reaction video. I reacted to water. It's kind of the same. I think I'm just gonna keep rambling. So, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had a great time. And I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.